Today, I'm gonna show you what it's like to stay inside of the world's most luxurious cave hotel. But to understand why somebody built a 5-star hotel underground, we need to rewind almost 2,000 years. I want to interrupt this video by making a quick announcement. It is the one time of the year where I am running a crazy sale on Lost Creator Academy, my all-in-one academy where I teach you how to become a photographer, a videographer, but most of all, a storyteller, to be able to do this for a living. Let me tell you why today is so important. For Black Friday, and only for this weekend, I will be taking $250 US off of the price. I'm ready to offer you lifetime access to LCA for just $549. And when Black Friday weekend is over, so is the sale. The price will be going all the way back up to $799. On top of that, one of you in the Lost Creator Academy will be coming with me on a full intensive training somewhere in the world. I will cover all the expenses and I'll even give you a camera. An EOS R with a 24-105 lens, you will be fully equipped to take a hold of your career and turn your dream life into your reality. And the cherry on top, I'm throwing in my master preset collection valued at nearly $200 US. Sorry for cutting off the video. I never do these kinds of sales, so I had to get on here, but let's get back to the reason you're here. You see, in 100 AD, the early Christians were being persecuted by the Romans, and for their own survival, they created these caves so that they could live and worship in hiding. Now today, these caves are still used for shelter, but just a little bit more glamorous. Welcome to Cappadocia, Turkey, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the incredible history here, and a few friends and I are going out in search of some of these historic caves and churches before showing you the extreme opposite. Now, I don't want to just tell you what it was like for the Cappadocians to be out here in the middle of the wilderness. I want to actually take you on that adventure. And so I have assembled the power team here. We've got Saul, we've got Ruby, we've got Tampin, we've got Nevzat, Mohammed, and Mohammed. We've been warned that this is going to be like a really difficult trip. We've got enough water just barely to make it. Woo! You won't be cheering when we get there. Yeah. Some of us won't make it. I'm excited. My bet is that Tampin won't make it.
I think you won't make it.
If we make good time, it's gonna take at least 24 hours of solid hiking just to get there. Wish us luck. Guys, we made it. The promised land. Oh, hey, Tampin.
Oh, you guys are super slow.
Truth is, our car's over there, but it's all about the adventure. It's about a state of mind, not necessarily how many steps you took. Welcome to base camp. This right here is how you camp in style in Cappadocia. Look at that sunset just going off over there. So we are surrounded by these incredible rock formations. All angles are just wow. Kind of a funny story. This here is Nevzat, and Nevzat runs a tour company. Previously, there has not been any other company that has done a camping trip. So basically, Nevzat has been incredibly flexible. He got together the whole crew here. We've got a shisha, we have 3 tents, and you're probably wondering what this has to do with the Cappadocian history. Nevzat can tell you, we are actually right here in front of a historical site. Right behind us is actually a 5-story church built into the rocks right there, and this is where the early Christians would have hid. So there you have it. We are camping right where early Christian history took place, and that right there is just one of the many cave churches here in this beautiful land. Guys, you know what's crazy is you can look around this canyon, you'll see little openings inside of rocks. There's one right there, one right there. We've got that one right there. There's actually these little pigeon holes. They intentionally made little holes where pigeons would make their homes. It's because they would snatch the pigeon eggs and use them to make art. There's just something energetic and meaningful about being here, and that doesn't even take into account how beautiful this place is. This is something super special. So, very traditional in Arabic culture, this is shisha. I do not smoke. You guys really set it up nice for us tonight. We are super fortunate. I don't know if the early Christians had it quite this good. Oh, that's nice. After a good 24-hour hike, nothing feels better than a glass of wine. Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers. What's the name of it?
Menemen.
Menemen. Looks a lot like a shakshuka, which I had in Dubai the other day. But he's told me it's not shakshuka.
Menemen.
You dip it in like that.
Come and join us.
Can confirm, it's awesome. No! How crazy was that?
Wow, I almost lost my camera, my phone.
Was it in there?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's in here. Yeah, my bag, my camera, my passport.
That tent came rolling. It got picked up by the wind and it started to roll, and there was only one direction it could have blown and not gone off a cliff, and it blew that way. So we are so lucky. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night. Well, that was interesting. At one point last night I was convinced we were gonna get blown off into the canyon. There's a reason they canceled the hot air balloons this morning, which is actually the biggest shame of this all. Otherwise, they would be rising right there as we wake up. Still, super cool experience. If you've ever been camping, you'll probably be able to relate to this, at least when you don't have a blow-up mattress. It hurts to sleep on the ground, and I'm feeling a little sore this morning. But check out what's going on back there. I find Cappadocia to be one of the most fascinating landscapes that I've ever seen. The reason it came to be to look so fairy tale-like, full of pillars and columns and what's known as fairy chimneys, it all started roughly 60 million years ago. A series of volcanic activity mixed with floodwaters to create a giant layer of what is known as tufa. And tufa is what I'm standing on. It's all this limestone-like structures. And so with, I guess, 60 million years of erosion, you were left with this. This is also what enabled the early Christians to be able to find refuge in these mountains. With a pickaxe or some very simple tools, they could start to tunnel their way, but most of them would not actually live in the mountains. Generally speaking, they would only come here for worship, for prayer. When they wanted to come out here and pray, they would have to do it in secrecy. And that's why many of them had their own churches built, but altogether in Cappadocia, there's said to be at least 1,000 or more of these churches that they found over the years. And now, we're packing up, and I'm going to be taking you to something that I thought only existed in movies. We're going to an underground village where over 1,000 people used to live inside of, and that is about a 45-minute drive away. So let's get going. Okay guys, everyone ready to go? That's an efficient pack right there. My brother.
Hi. Let's enjoy.
It's time to eat.
Time to eat.
And we're back here. This is Riza. You might remember him from the other video.
Thank you for coming.
It is so delicious. He's hosting us here at his coffee shop, so we're gonna have some breakfast here. Oh my lord. This is flat out one of the best breakfasts. I'm so stuffed. My favorite was this donut with tahine, which is sesame seed oil, and then you dip it in the grape molasses, and right there you have nature's very own Nutella. So unbelievably delicious. Guys, thanks for joining us on the camping.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for everything.
Memories we'll never forget.
Yeah.
If you thought those early churches were impressive, well, you haven't seen anything yet, and neither have I, because I've just arrived here at Derinkuyu, the most famous underground passage system, a place that used to house up to 20,000 people, all living underground, and I have no idea what to expect. There's literally nobody else here right now.
What the heck have I gotten myself into?
I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the more interesting places to come alone. This is so sketch. I legit could get lost in here. There's no other way to describe it. This is an underground village. How am I allowed to be in here alone right now? This is so unsettling. I really need a guide. Help! It just keeps going and going and going.
Oh my gosh, how long does this go for?
This cave system goes 18 stories down. That's roughly 250 feet downward. It's wild. Now, why would somebody come and live inside a cave? Well, the simplest answer is this is a defense mechanism. The same reason people used to build castles, this would keep the population safe. And with the ability to have up to 20,000 people living inside here of Derinkuyu alone, and by the way, there's hundreds of these cave cities throughout Turkey, this was the mega fortress. Architects have also found tons of different well systems. There's air funnels that go all the way from the bottom up to the top. And This has led historians to believe that this was meant to be a place that they could hide for years at a time if they needed to. They had solid rock doors that would roll into place and be nearly impossible to open from the outside. Although we're not sure who built this, one thing we do know is that the early Christians were in here, and so on certain floors you'll find accommodations, you'll find kitchens, you'll find chapels, but at a certain point this was one of the best places for hiding from the Romans. How much deeper do I really want to go here? It's still going. Let's go. I really feel like I'm about to meet Lucifer. He's probably in there for sure.
Hey, yo, what up, Christian? How you doing, bro?
Well, that's enough for me. See you later. Is that a person? I was like, what's standing at the end of the hallway? Just people. Whew. All right, keep moving. And this part right here is the church. That's the tip. These are the two sides of the cross. And this is the super long corridor making the base, or the main part, the main body of the cross. This place is nothing short of a marvel. Get ready for some squats, but you definitely gotta check it out. And don't bring a bag. Don't bring a bag. Sunlight. I never thought I'd see you again. It's never been so bright outside. So, something tells me this wasn't exactly the same experience the early Christians had here when sleeping in a cave. I could be wrong, but this is the spread we have for this morning. A delicious breakfast here at the Museum Hotel. We were chasing sunrise all morning. It was such an amazing start. From shooting horses, hot air balloons, insane viewpoints. I could literally stay here a month and not capture every single beautiful spot there is to see. It's just endless. Really fascinating.
What is that?
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Alright.
Would it be possible to get some water?
Some weird Turkish apple juice.
And this here is the new way to experience the tunnel systems, the caves of Cappadocia. Just gonna make our way down the stairs here into what feels like a bit of a dungeon. I don't know if you're ready for what's on the other side of this door. Let's go. And just when you think you're down there, we got a few more stairs to go. So let's go into the depths of my man cave. Check this out. Now this is how you experience a cave. The most insane touches of luxury, but yet so well integrated with the environment. You've got like 1,000 jet jacuzzi overlooking a crazy view of Cappadocia. I should mention, you could probably catch the hot air balloons from your bathtub in the morning if you decided to watch it here. I love the carpet, the decoration. As somebody that really loves experiencing different styles of rooms, I think this place has such an awesome organic luxury style to it. This is the master bedroom with, no joke, the comfiest bed I think I've ever slept on. And this is something that I love that they kept. I love that they left a bit of the original cave because it just really helps bring home the feeling of being inside a piece of history. There's talk that some of the earliest troglodytes here in Cappadocia could have been as early as 3000 BC. Whether this is a 3000 or a 400-year-old cave doesn't really matter. For me, it's just such a cool piece of history, and to be able to sleep right inside of it, it's amazing. And just as the early Christians had, you've got yourself an espresso. To be honest, I'm starting to think the Christians weren't hiding. Maybe they just really liked it in here. I know I'm not leaving. Now guys, I'm gonna be honest. I get the incredible opportunity to experience so many different hotels, and this is definitely one of a kind, from the room to the most delicious breakfast I've had. But there is one thing I have to mention, and that is, unfortunately, the service hasn't lived up to par with all of those other elements. And so that's just something I had to make a disclaimer of. I've really loved my stay because of things like this room, but yeah, I really hope they can get their service a little bit more up to par. It's just about time to check out of the hotel, but there's one last thing that I need to do. Well guys, you already know if you watched my previous video, I am in love with Cappadocia. It's one of the places that gets me excited about the history. It's one of the places that has so much to offer. If you're thinking about making this your next trip, then I recommend checking out that video in the link. And other than that, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I've got so much more to come. And as always guys, let's get lost again in the next one.